I'm in the holiday spirit. I'm Amanda Patterson. I am the admin of My Private Practice Collective, a Facebook community for private practice owners where we join each other every day and talk about all things private practice. Today on Alive with Amanda, I'm going to be talking about the holidays. I've got my Elfie sweater on. I am hashtag ready for this Christmas time. And what that means for us private practice owners is there are going to be a lot of cancellations and no-shows. And so the question today is, how do you as the private practice owner manage those cancellations and no-shows? So it happens to the best of us. I was talking to my staff about it. We've had sort of a lot of weird things sort of happen in the office, like people show up at the wrong time, or they go out of town, or people do cancel last minute, or a no-show. They just forget. They forget they had a holiday party that they had to go to and a therapy appointment. And then I saw it in another Facebook group where somebody said, listen, for you new private practice owners, like, it is not you. Don't take it personal. It does happen. And so my message to you all is to remind yourself that this is not personal to you and that this happens to a lot of people in private practice. Now, it depends on your cancellation policy. That's a topic that we've had here before, that having a pretty solid cancellation policy is going to be important. Having some boundaries around cancellations and no-shows is going to be important. And then also having some flexibility. Again, this is also a time where people start to get sick. It gets really cold. Now, I'm in Florida. It's like 50, 60 degrees here and I'm freezing. But I know in other places it gets really cold. There's snowstorms. You have to cancel or work from home because of, blizzards and these kinds of things. And so a lot of things start to happen during this time of the year. For those of us planning for next year already, is to have conversations with our clients and say, hey, listen, I know that this is going to be a really hectic month. Why don't we take a look at the month of December and decide when you're going to be here and when you're not going to be here. And here's when I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be here during the last 2 weeks. It's very common for a lot of therapists to take off. I'm not going to be here these last 2 weeks. Please make sure that if you do have an appointment in the first 2 weeks, that you are here, you're on time, that we're good to go, and reinforce like, hey, listen, I do have a cancellation policy. Even during the holidays, I'm going to charge you if you just no-show on me, or if you have a late cancellation. Because we've had this conversation. We both agreed that this is a good time for you. It's a good time for me. And a part of that agreement is that if you don't come, then we will charge you the late cancellation fee. And so that's one way that you can do it. You can also just kind of say, listen, this is the time of the year. This happens. A lot of things happen. Maybe you don't charge your clients during this time of the year. But I think really it's about how we talk to ourselves about this time of the year. If we personalize it, if we say, oh, I must be a terrible clinician because all my clients are canceling during the holidays. Or maybe some other people were bringing up, like maybe you have the opposite. Maybe you have clients who are very anxious, who need a lot of support during the holidays. And so maybe your caseload is full. That usually happens for people who work with people who are more anxious, have anxious attachment styles. Their schedules tend to be a little bit more full, or any kind of people who are working through some family issues. And so really, let's take a step back. We know we get busy during the holidays with our lives. We're shopping, we're going to holiday parties, we're going to events, we're trying to take care of our kids, our spouses, our family members, our neighbors, do all of these things for everybody. And our clients are also doing that. And so it's a good time to have some empathy around maybe why they're canceling, even if you decide to charge them. So I just want to take a minute to give a shout out to our sponsor, TherapyNotes. If you're looking for something to make your life easy, you definitely want to check out TherapyNotes. They are a full-service electronic health record. You can send your clients reminders. Since we're talking about no-shows or late cancellations, clients will get reminders 48 hours to 24 hours beforehand. They can get, emails, text messages, and say, hey, we are here. Remember, you have an appointment with your therapist on this day. It cuts down on no-shows greatly. You can do your billing through there. You can charge credit cards, write your notes. It is great. So I highly recommend that you check out TherapyNotes. And so going back to, it's really appropriate for us to set boundaries with our clients, to set expectations with our clients, and then to empathize with them. And empathize with ourselves and not internalize like, hey, I've had cancellations, and not to be too fearful either. I know that we're probably all spending a lot of money and all the different things that we have going on. And so it can be a very fearful time for therapists and go, oh my gosh, am I going to hit my income goal this month? Am I going to have enough money? So another trend I've also noticed is that it tends to get very busy in January. And so sometimes the months will go like this, or it'll go like this and then this. And so January, February, March, a very busy time. I usually try to, for myself and get my clinicians to really, set their schedule up really nicely in that time, take new referrals, really establish those relationships. So then when you're going into some of these other parts of the year that maybe are not as busy or there's some dips, another thing that I recommend that you do is maybe reach out to some clients that you haven't seen. You never know who needs support. Now, there's some people who don't necessarily want to come in every single week, but maybe they want to come in every season. And if you haven't seen somebody in a little while, maybe you haven't reached out to them, this is a great time maybe to, however you communicate with them, give them a call, send them an email and say, hey, I haven't seen you, wanted to see how you were doing, and come from a really genuine place. Don't just send that email to say, hey, I want you to come in because I want your money because I'm scared that I'm not going to make rent this month. No, come from a really genuine place of wow, I haven't seen this client. I wonder if they need support from me during this time. And I think if we come across that way and we really connect with people, maybe our clients that we haven't seen, we haven't connected with, some people will make those appointments and they'll say, hey, you know what? I haven't heard from you, or I've been thinking about coming to therapy. I'm so glad you reached out to me. I'd like to come in for a booster session. So if that's something that you do within your practice, this is a great time to offer that. So bottom line is, don't fret too much about these holidays. Enjoy them as much as you can. And we will get to some really good planning in the new year. So thanks everybody for watching Live with Amanda. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. See you soon.